Hey pals, it's Sassy Cassie, and welcome to my very first spring festival. Before we get started, I'd like to thank all of my subscribers and anyone watching this video. Thank you so much for watching and continuing to follow me on whatever journeys I decide to explore, like this one. I would also like to give a very special thank you to my patrons. Now, this is a little test, a very special little test that I have been kind of maybe wanting to do for a while. I kind of tested it once upon a time when I watched Promised Neverland, where I wanted to do something for the winter break, and I was like, I'll just release a bunch of episodes all at the same time. But that's actually really overwhelming for me because I do everything myself. So I wanted to do the same concept where I wanted to temporarily maybe add a show to my YouTube lineup, maybe something a little shorter, maybe something not a little shorter. I'm still exploring ideas, but I wanted to do it, framing it in the way of like, I want to kind of like a spring break, fall break, winter break, I don't know, summer break type of situation. Maybe I won't do all 4 seasons, but I thought about doing it in the sense of like that, where to celebrate like spring break, I would do like a week of reactions, but it's a little overwhelming for me because I do all of the things myself and I still work full time and have other things, especially medical stuff. So I can't always get all of that stuff done, but I wanted to give it a little chance to still celebrate spring, but maybe just not all in the same week. So that's why I decided to call it a spring festival instead of a spring break. And I will be watching for my spring festival Arcane season 1. Now, I feel like there are 2 main people that you all have to thank for me watching this if you're excited about this. The first one is my brother. My brother begged me to react to this. He spent the majority of the time I went home for my mom's wedding, and well, maybe it was before that. Maybe it was when I went home for his birthday, begging me. He's like, you have to watch this. He's like, what is it going to take for you to react to this? And I was like, I have no time right now because it's like before Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we were really busy at my job during the holiday season. I was like, I don't have time. And he goes, come on, sis, it's not that much time. I'm begging you, I'm begging you. So maybe not quite like that. And if he watches this, I'm sorry if I over exaggerate your words, my dearest brother Davey. But yeah, he begged me to watch this show. And when I was exploring or re-exploring this idea of doing like a spring break / spring festival reaction series, I turned to this because it's a little shorter. Even though the episodes are longer, the amount of episodes is a little shorter. And again, I know this is something that he really wanted me to watch. The second thing, and maybe there's a third, but the second person I feel like you guys need to thank for me watching this, if again you are excited, we have to thank Lisa, my co-host on my podcast. She also didn't beg me to watch it, but just told me how much that she enjoyed it. It is something that she has hyper focused on. She has bought so much stuff for it because she loves it so much. And though I will say, I think I was convinced before, I think I was convinced before she told me about it that maybe I should watch it. But that being said, I already thanked my patrons, but I do want to thank my patrons again for basically giving me the opportunity to do more things through their support. So yes, the 3 people you all should thank for this extra content on the regular lineup. This is not extra content just on the Patreon. So also before we get started, I have some snacks because I thought it was a great idea in the middle of the night last night to be like, oh, to celebrate spring, I should eat like spring snacks and watch this show, even though this show might be a little too dark for spring. But I was like, maybe I should drink or eat some snacks or drink some fun spring themed drinks. And then I remembered that we don't have that kind of stuff here. Maybe if I were to travel to like DC for the Cherry Blossom Festival, or I know other places have Cherry Blossom Festivals in the US, maybe I would be able to get some themed snacks, because of course, because I'm such an anime nerd, when I think of spring, I think of cherry blossoms, but I also just love the cherry blossom motif. It's really hard to see them, but I have cherry blossoms on my wall going around. I love cherry blossoms. And so I was a little sad. I was like, maybe I can find a way to order them. we'll see. Maybe I can find a market that I can go to. But the only thing I can get my hands on that to me might say spring, but really not, it's just pink. Because I was like, what is a pink snack that I could get? But also maybe in theme. Maybe I'm being too literal on the spring cherry blossom thing. But I got some strawberry Pocky. And because I couldn't decide, I also got the crunchy strawberry Pocky. So we're gonna eat some snacks and enjoy the celebration of the Spring Festival while we watch Arcane. I have actually never had strawberry Pocky on either end. I've only ever had the chocolate. So I thought this might also be a fun opportunity to try some snacks. So I guess we'll go with the regular Pocky first. And why we do that, I will tell you, I have very little introduction to the world of Arcane. I know that I know of stuff from what Lisa told me for our podcast. So I have a general idea that it's kind of focused on the sisters. And I know one of them is Jinx because that's her favorite character. And I only know her name. I don't know a lot about her. And I'm struggling to remember literally anything that she said. But that it's like underbelly, underworld, kind of mobbish, but also League of Legends, which is why my brother watched it because he used to be an avid LOL fan. I remember walking into his dorm room because, fun fact, we went to the same college and his room was right around the corner from mine. So sometimes I would stop by and him and his friends it felt like they were speaking a whole other language. And I was just like, you seem to be doing okay. I'm going to go to the cafeteria. And yeah, it was fun. So I guess we could get into this because I don't want to delay any further. This is a long episode and I have discovered I'm notoriously bad with long episodes. I start to get tired in the middle, especially because I'm always super hyper aware that I'm being recorded. I'm always afraid of breaking the Pocky. Oh, the strawberry smell is so intense right away. Okay. Pocky. Okay. Yeah, the strawberry smell is quite strawberry. It's very intense. Also, I don't know if it's the same with chocolate. I've never thought about it. It smells like real strawberries. Oh. I'm assuming these are the sisters. I love like it's like a record, but it's also like the juxtaposition. Oh, this is creepy right away. Not bad. Not my favorite. I don't think I like it as much as chocolate, but not bad. Sometimes I don't like strawberry flavored things. There's a lot to unpack in just this opening. And always when a child sings in like an ominous setting, it feels creepier. That's scary. But the way they go back and forth between the slow motion and that's really good. I have to say though, whenever they do the thing where there are no words, it truly is so powerful. It's really sweet, like carrying them away from the sadness, but also, yeah, she's got hate in her heart. Okay, I do remember this. I'm talking about like the higher level and the lower level.
It's nice getting above it all, huh?
So did they crawl up to like the upper city? Is that what's happening here?
I'm ready.
That's right. So?
I'm glad some people could jump from the rooftops, you know, all parkour style. I couldn't do it. But that's because I'm a chicken. Eating strawberry flavored Pocky. Happy spring.
Whew. There's tons of enforcers down there.
Means we're in the right place. You gonna get that door open anytime soon?
Working on it. Seeing as I'm the only one who knows how to pick locks, I suggest...
Now then, wouldn't they know that you're there if you just kick doors down? Also, how would they know where to go? Unless they come up here often.
You know, Clagger, for once you're right. We are definitely not supposed to be here.
Like, don't know what it is, might be useful. Toss it in the bag.
Wait, Vi, how the hell did we find this place?
It was a tip from Little Man.
Little man?
Just leave it. Come on.
Who's that
How
guy?
can anyone have so much stuff?
Simple. Just get born lucky.
Is she gonna get caught? I feel like she's gonna get caught. Well, those definitely look like you're not supposed to touch them.
Milo! How do we gotta go?
Uh-oh. Yeah, those look like they're supposed to stay in a contained space. They have an alarm system. So is this the type of thing that they just prevent people from the underside from coming to the like upper city? I remember Lisa saying something about there really being like a separation, but I wonder if this is like one of those like dystopian type of things where they're like, you have to stay in your place. If you're on this lower level, you have to stay there. Maybe, I don't know.
Man, not again. I just got this shirt.
And sure, if life is on the line, you take any escape route, maybe.
And we'll call it even.
No. We worked too hard to...
Just a taste?
Just...
That's one way to do it. I'm sure these types of occurrences are normal. Interesting. Again, the way they do the slow motion, but I'm sure she doesn't like the fighting, right? She saw a lot when she was much smaller. And seeing this now, I feel like this is her vision, her version of it. Or how we're seeing it through her eyes. I don't know that for sure, but that's what it feels like. Reminds me, that part reminds me of Sokka when he was learning with his master. Very resourceful is how I felt.
At least you're okay.
Okay. What about us? I get my face bashed in and she just gets a pass?
Yep.
It can't be gone forever, or do they just not go into the water? Is it like polluted?
Welcome to the lanes.
So he's like in charge of the underworld?
Those kids look up to you.
Yeah, I know.
You know, but you don't know. When people look up to you, you don't get to be selfish.
I'm
You
not-
say run, they run. You say swim, they dive in. You say light a fire.
Being a leader, it's a difficult position to be in.
And they will send the enforcers.
So, why answer to them? These are our streets. Someone should remind them of
You're
that.
not hearing me. That path, this, it's not going to solve your problems. It just makes more of them.
Isn't that why? Is that maybe why he put down his gauntlet whenever he saw how scared they were? 'Cause he realized he had to take care of them.
He was after the stuff.
Where is it now?
We lost it.
All of it? Good. Nothing can tie you to what happened up there.
But she still has that things in her side satchel, right?
Give me the details of exactly what happened up there.
Nothing good is gonna come from that. I already feel it.
And brag nonstop.
Okay, I see where this is going.
Pick fights with the group when we need to focus.
Fine.
And tell strangers on the street that we got a nice call.
I didn't mean to.
Powder's my problem, okay? Your problem is never knowing when to shut up. But I'm gonna help you with that. Ready? You see this look on my face? This will always mean it's time to shut up.
But
Learn it, know it, understand it. But she didn't hear the rest of that, so she's probably gonna go do something reckless. That's how it goes.
You can't protect them forever.
And he's
Someone was
trying.
following them.
Whole lot of someone's from what I heard.
Not enforcers. Someone on our side.
Who?
There's worse things than enforcers out there. We both know that.
I don't know. I think it's very pretty so far. I have a bad feeling. I'm just waiting for something bad to happen. Probably because what's her name? The younger sister with the blue hair. I have a bad feeling that something's gonna happen. She's gonna blow something up. Or something.
Oh, crap.
Oh, God.
They'll be fine. Go. Well, hello.
They wear masks down here.
Give me a name. We'll do things quiet. No one will know you were involved.
I can't do that.
You don't seem to grasp how serious this is. If I don't put someone behind bars tonight, the next
He's
time
gonna-
I come down here,
He's
I'll have
gonna
an army of
sacrifice himself.
enforcers with me. We both know how that'll go.
I'm sorry, Grayson. But I can't offer up my own people.
So he's gonna offer up himself.
When I was a kid, some guy took my favorite toy and threw it up there. I used to come out here at night and stare at it, hoping maybe the wind or a bird might knock it down. We've all had bad days. But we learn.
That's a really nice little speech, though. Really encouraging. Well, that's terrifying. Underwater layer.
Our timeline has moved up. It's almost ready. Show me.
I have a bad feeling about this. Creepy experiments in underwater layers never go right.
The side effects. Stabilizing.
Ugh, just this, the sound effects are making me hurt. Are they trying to use this like on themselves?
subject in mind.
Someone just volunteered.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like this is definitely not as dark as I thought it was gonna be, though this is just the first episode, so there's possibilities for more. But I do think it does a pretty good job of setting up the story a little bit, setting up some of the players maybe that might become important later. My best guess, because of what they said, or what that one kid said to the girl with the blue hair, is that I vaguely remember Lisa saying that she has a different name now, that's gonna be Jinx. That's her favorite character. I don't know. I'm sure we'll get into how she got there, but I'm sure it might have something to do with the fact that she feels like she's gonna mess up again, maybe. But also the big sister girl kind of deciding that they're not gonna tell the other guy, their guardian person. I feel like that's a bad idea, but you know, it's always a bad idea and it always gets worse before it gets better. So there's that. If I could maybe just start from the beginning, where like the way they showed it and the way they did like no sound and the fighting, I think that was really, really interesting. And I equate this to how I felt about like Wally. A lot of people didn't like Wally, but I thought it was really cool and beautiful and how you can convey so much without a lot of words. And I feel like that's how that scene was. They're conveying a lot. They're conveying this kind of battle between like, they called it the north side, like their side, the top side and the underside. I feel like it was maybe a battle between them, and now we potentially know, we got the inklings of it, knowing that he made a deal with them, like they leave you alone and we'll leave them alone. So I'm very curious how that came about. And him having that speech with what's her name about like, you know, having to make sacrifices as a leader because there are people that are under you that are relying on you and relying on your leadership. I feel like that's a very powerful message, and knowing now that he has made some kind of deal with the people on the upper side, like knowing that, like he probably again did that because he realized that he had a bigger role to play, especially when you think about him seeing the girls like crying and you know upset. He realized that he has to do more in order for like them to survive or whatever. So I think I liked the way that connected. I like the way that all kind of came together. I think that seeing the other player, I feel like those traders might come into play later. I feel like their character designs were too cool to not come into play later. But also the this other mysterious bad guy in his underwater lair. Of course he has an underwater lair. Coming into, I don't know, coming into our viewpoint, obviously going to be a major role, major player layer, may have something to do with something later down the line. I don't know. The season is not that long, so I guess we'll see on that front. But going forward, I have like two major thoughts. I feel like she's gonna mess up again, and maybe that's gonna cause her to become Jinx. And two, I feel like what's his name, the father figure type of guy, he's gonna maybe turn himself in over to the upper city. And then maybe three, that either that boy is gonna be the experiment for the evil rat experiment guy, or maybe it's gonna be one of the kids, or maybe it's gonna be the father dude himself. I don't know. I have questions about it, but I don't know much more to say that. I don't have any other thoughts. I think the animation is really cool. I think that there is a lot going on for this story. I think this episode did a very good job of like doing groundwork for where we're going to go for the rest of it. I see a lot of points of interest while also introducing like the background and maybe a little bit of the backstory of like the main characters. So I'm excited to see what we're going to go into as we go further. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So for now, thank you all so much for watching and continuing to follow me on whatever journey I decide to go on. And until next time, bye.